be solving a problem from CSS Battle in this video. The main goal is to understand what CSS properties can be used to achieve this UI instead of aiming for the highest score. We just want to understand how we can solve this in real world scenarios. We can use a couple of CSS properties like pseudo-elements, CSS positioning to achieve this, and there are a lot of ways to achieve this, but I'll be majorly focusing on two of the approaches. And also this video is a part of the CSS Battle playlist, so you can also check out the other videos for more CSS Battle solutions. So without further ado, let's get started. So we will start with our approach, which is I feel is the most go-to approach, which is using a single div. So what you can do, you can create a single div, and then we can use our style tag. We just need to have our body with basic stylings. So let's say background can be this color which is given here, and we want the width to be 400 pixel and height to be 300 pixel, and the margin, whatever we'll have the default margin, we will remove that. Now after doing this, what we all need to do is we are going to take the div and absolutely position it on this position, and then we are going to style the before and after elements. So let's start with the div. So we will have position absolute, and we will have something, width of 120 pixel and height of 120 pixel. So after doing this, let's put background so that we can see the div. So I think this is the background that we have. Now we need to give it border radius of 50% because it's a complete circle. Now we need to position this. So let's say top is 10% and left is, I don't know, maybe 50% from here. So yeah, it's on the exact position. Now let's start styling the other two divs, the other two shapes that we have. So both of these shapes, whatever common that we have for this, we will write here. So before and after. So first let's give it content, because without this you won't be able to see anything. So content, we want the same width. So width can be 100% and height can be 100%. And we want to give a background color of same, I guess. Yeah, so it can be inherit as well, and let's position this. So position absolute, and we want border radius. Now the thing is, we have this edge which is coming like this. So for this, what we can do, we can give 50%. So for top left we'll give 50% radius, and then for top right we will give 0 pixel, and then for other edge corners as well we can give 50% and 50%. So now there should not be any comma. So now we should see that shape. Now all we need to do, we need to move this a little bit to the left and to the bottom. So for that, these divs can be moved separately. So let's start with the before one. So before is somewhere. So let's say for now, let's try to give it some other color so that we can see it. So let's make it white, and what I'll do, I'll move it because left is there, or absolute is already there. So I'll just put left, and it can go minus 100%, and then I just need to make it bring it below. So I can say top 100% like this. Now the other element, the after element, can come in between, right? So the other white that we see there. So let's say the before element that we are putting here, I can say background to be inherit, inherit, so it will change to the color that we have mentioned here in the div. And now this one, this after one, what we need to do, we can either give some styling here itself. So what we are doing, we are giving the same styles to before and after that we are overriding the styles of before. So let's say if I'll move top minus 50% and it should be left should move minus 50% and top should move 50%, like this. Now this is coming on top of it. I can try to give a z index here of 1, so it will come before this. What else we can do here is that instead of styling our before element here, we can style the after element. So when we will do that, then in that case we would not need this z index, and the after element will always come on top of before, because that's how they are placed in the HTML itself. So in DOM, that is the flow. So before is placed after, obviously. So as the name suggests, so this is what we can do. Now in in before, what we can do, instead of giving background of this, we can give it this background which is given. And if I say this, then I think this is all we wanted to do, and we can just hit submit and see. So yeah, it's a 100% match. Let's see what else we can do, but I think this is the best way to solve this one. We can also have 2 different divs or maybe 3 different divs and try to place all of them absolute position. So let's try to go through one more approach just to see like how those approaches differ from this one. So let's say I have a div, and let's give it a class of maybe a circle, and then I'll have one more and I can give it a class of shape, something like that. So this will refer to this shape that we have, and circle will refer to the top one. And I think these 2 divs are fine. We can also have 3 divs, and by having 3 divs we can put all these 3 divs absolutely positioned on the DOM. But let's try to do it with only 2, and we will use box shadow to get the third one. So let's say style, and body will have again the same styles. So background can be this again, and width can be 300 pixel, sorry, it should be 400 pixel, and height can be 300 pixel, and we can remove the margin to 0. So this is what we have. Now let's start styling the circle. So circle, so circle, that's what we have, and width for the circle is 120 pixel, and height is also 120 pixel, and the background color is this color, and we can have border radius of 50%. Now let's try to place them absolutely. So absolute top can go to 10%, and left can be 50%. Yeah, so I think that's all we need in circle. So let's start with the other one. So shape, I think shape will have everything same, so we can put shape here actually. Shape, and the position and everything is there. Border radius is fine. I think these 2 properties we need to override, so we'll put these here. So for top, what do we need? So what we need for top is 50%, and it's supposed to move 50% as well on the left hand side. Sorry, so this is here actually. Now we want to move this 100 like 120 pixel on the left hand side. So what I can do, I can say, instead of putting this here, I can say transform and translate. Why? Let me, before putting this, let me see like what will happen if I just do left of 0. So this is not what we want. We want at least a 10% here. So now I don't see it's aligning perfectly well. So what I'll do, I'll just keep the left and move it by transform and translate, and I want to move it on the x-axis. So x-axis and minus 100%. This is what I can do. Now to have this, that little arrow sort of thing, right, this shape, I can just come here and say border top. So border top right radius, and this can be changed to 0, right, 0 pixel or 0, you can write that. So this is what we need. All we need to do is, now we just need a shadow so that it can overlap sort of the other circle. So let's say, so box shadow, this is shadow, and I think it's a typo. So let's say we have this, okay, I think I accidentally pressed the wrong key. Yeah, so I have this shadow, and this shadow is supposed to move 60 pixel on the x-axis, so 60 pixel, and we want to move it upwards. So on the y-axis it will go 60 pixel, and then we don't need any blur or any spread, anything like that. All we need the color that we have. So this is the color, and I'll paste this now here. So yeah, so I think this is all we need to use 2 divs. Now you can also use 3 divs. You can have 3 separate classes, or you can have a one base class sort of like circle, and you can have A, B, C kind of classes where you can just mention the top and left properties and just positioning them in this way. But these are the 2 ways that I really wanted to cover in this one, and see like how we can make these. So let me just submit this. So yeah, it's again 100% match. So I think this was helpful. Hope you like the video, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.